Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching MMT live from the city of Angels, Los Angeles. Eric Weber here, Midnight Movie Talk underway. It's our typical box office preview night here on Thursday, but there's a little bit of an issue. We don't have any massive films opening tonight. We'll get to that in a minute, but we have a story we got to talk about because it's a big deal what happened today, and its ramifications are ripple across not just box office, but certainly Oscars as well. It is Dune 2. We were afraid that they might push it to 2024. That is exactly what Warner Brothers did. They said, we're going to shove this to March of next year. Now, what does that mean? That means that this next Oscars coming up in 2024, March of next year, when this movie's released, we're going to get the Oscars, and we're not going to have Dune 2. That is so very significant. It's very hard to state just the impact that this film not being part of the Oscar contenders means to the rest of the field. When you look at the first Dune, look how successful that film was at the Oscars as the first half of a two-half film, right? Two-part film, and you end up with all those wins, particularly when you look at tech. When you look at Denis and what he does with, obviously, you got the cinematography, you got sound, you got production design, editing, all of those things were locked and would be a very tight battle with Oppenheimer. Now, with Dune 2 exiting the stage and saying we're going into 2024. That means that, yes, Oppenheimer now is the favorite in so many of those tech categories where it would have been a Godzilla versus King Kong battle for those. Now it's going to be very likely Oppenheimer sweeping all the tech next year, okay? That's how big this is. Let's go to awardsace.com. This is my website. For those of you who do not know, I do run this, and here we go. Let's roll down to Best Picture. Now that Dune is out, I want to talk just quickly because we have a lot to discuss here tonight. Barbie is now the biggest film in the United States this year, beating Super Mario. We discuss in a minute. I just saw one of the worst films of the year. It is Beau is Afraid horrible. It is Bottoms. I'm going to detonate that tonight. It's going to get live. It's going to get crazy in a few minutes because I am going to unleash hellacious fury upon the mic and upon this show when I start talking about Bottoms. So many reasons. Just wait. Just give me a second. Here's the Best Picture contenders, the ones that matter right now. Barbie and Oppenheimer are your 1-2 based on the box office success, based on Greta Gerwig directing. You've got Nolan obviously countering, and you've got two major big studios going after each other in Warner Brothers and Universal. Also in the mix this year is Warner Brothers again with Color Purple. They decided they're going to leave that for now, along with Wonka, Aquaman, all that staying put for now, but that could change. Maybe the Color Purple comes out. Continuing. Holdovers, that's a focus feature, and that is likely going to be a contender, not for Best Picture, but, it'll be in there, but it won't win. Killer, Netflix, that is Fincher, you guys know, big film. Killer's the Flower Moon, the other of the three massive films that will be fighting for Best Picture. Now, continue on the line here. A Naiad is going to be big. That's the story of the swimmer. Diana, is it Diana Nine? Who swam over to Cuba, right? That whole thing, Jodie Foster's in it, and Annette Bening. That will be a big Netflix play, Past Lives, most overrated film of the year, but yet it'll be there, no question, because A24 and just everyone caught the buzz and all that stuff. Saltburn, MGMUA on that. That'll be Emerald Fennell, and that is her follow-up to Promising Young Woman. And then you're going to look at maybe a Spider-Verse gets in there because it's so strong of a film. And then Zone of Interest, which is about World War II, Nazi, and the Holocaust. That's supposedly a really great film. Okay, so that's just a lay of the land here for the Oscars for Best Picture. Now, here's one of the things I want to talk about. Warner Brothers might have looked at this year's Oscar race because here's the thing, right? Dune 1 was so successful back in 2020 at the Oscars as the first half of the two-part film. So the second part, as we saw with Lord of the Rings, right, with the 3 films, the third film, Return of the King, ended up winning all the Oscars because it was the finale. So Dune should be in that situation. But here's what I'm thinking. So listen to me. Hear me out. Warner Brothers looks at the landscape. Now, we're going to do box office in a minute because trust me, this fucks theater owners like hard. Okay. That's another big part of this. I just want to do the Oscar stuff first. Is Warner Brothers looking at this going, hey, we've got Oppenheimer, we've got Barbie, we've got Killers of the Flower Moon. We got 3 massive films we got to take out if we want to win Oscars this year. So they say, well, let's look ahead to next year. Okay. And right off the bat, you don't have a Barbie and an Oppenheimer next year. You don't have a Fincher film. You don't have a Scorsese film. So just think of it from a strategic standpoint for winning Oscars. You are going to take this film and you're going to push it to 2024 and take your chances there where they will likely be better. Obviously, it's way too early to be talking about next 2025's Oscars. But when you remove what I just said, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Scorsese, and Fincher, you get rid of those 4, then you are already playing with a lot stronger hand than you were going up against those films. Okay, that is a big part of this. The other part of this is I mean, we can't state this strongly enough. How screwed are theater owners? We have nothing coming our way. Virtually, it is literally the wasteland of cinema until we get to like December. We get Killers of the Flower Moon, right? But we don't get any huge films. If you say the Marvels, you'll be banned. Producer Nate, I want you to ban anyone who comes in that says the Marvels right now. Put them in timeout and consider removing them from the channel altogether. The Marvels is not a big film, although it is, by the way, guys, someone sent me this, I about died. This is so rich. I can't even believe that I'm seeing this. So as a result of Dune leaving 2023, the Marvels will now take Dune's IMAX screens. Theaters were like, oh, shit. Really? Are you going to do that to us? You're going to give us the Marvels, which is going to bomb. We called the bombs, did we not? We called Indiana Jones bombing, okay? We didn't call the Flash. I got to, listen, the Flash is, you guys screwed the Flash. It's your fault. It's all of your fault because that film is way better than it got treated. It got treated like the redheaded stepchild, beaten and left in the corner, and the poor thing, it's so much better than Blue Beetle. Talk about a lame film. And yet here we are watching the Flash go down in flames. Listen, the Marvels is dead. You guys know it. I mean, it's so, like, the director, Nita Costa, is like, this is a film that we haven't seen. It's kind of like goofy humor. You know, we haven't done that in CBMs. Like, wait, Nia, do you remember when everyone raged against Ant-Man 3 and Thor Love and Thunder for being goofy humor? Watch out. But this is, guys, this is such a 1-2 hammer job on both the Oscars and the impact that it'll have with its removal and then the theater owners getting completely hosed. Let's look quickly at the release schedule for the remainder of the year. I've got to pull it up here from our friends over at firstshowing.net. I like to support people that I like, and that's Alex, who runs First Showing. Let's roll down to the end of 2023. Everyone raise your hand when you see something that you're excited to run out and witness on a big screen. Here we go. We are now at August 25th with Bottoms. Can't wait to talk about it. Just wait. Just oh my God. Gran Turismo, which is very good. I can't, if you haven't seen it by now, because they did like a million previews of that, go see it. We'll talk about it in a minute. And again, because I really like the film. Equalizer 3, not going to be a big hit. Okay, Big Fat Greek Wedding and The Nun 2. Anybody? A Haunting in Venice. Why do we have another one of those films? Murder on the Orient Express. Why do we have another? Why did we make that? The Inventor? Yeah, I'm down for that. For sure. Gareth Edwards? Sci-fi? I am, but that's not a big hit, right? We're looking for a big hit here. Expendables 4, not a big hit. Saw X, no. Paw Patrol, Dumb Money will be a good film. I know it will be because I trust in Craig Gillespie, 100%. Foe, that's an art house kind of thing. Okay, so we're still waiting. Exorcist Believer, if it's as bad as the test screenings say, then we are. I haven't. You guys been looking at this? I'm sorry. I'm just talking. You guys aren't seeing it. Well, I mean, I have to make it bigger so you can see it in the first place. Anything yet? No, we're now into October. We're now 2 months from now, and we finally get Killers of the Flower Moon expanding. We're going to get it in New York, LA, all that stuff, and then it goes wide for you guys on the 20th of October. So we have to wait 2 months. Then we have Five Nights at Freddy's. That's not going to be huge because it's on Peacock, so that's not good for theater owners. Dune crossed off. Goodbye. Holdovers. There's that'll do well with the specialty audiences, indie film. And then you look at Marvel's bombing. Hunger Games not going to do huge. That trailer does nothing for me. Next Goal Wins is another, award film that'll do okay with Fassbender, based on a true story, Taika Waititi, but it's not a big hit. Trolls, not a big hit. We're now 3 months in, and we finally arrive at a film that might do some money, and that is Disney's Wish. We are 3 months away from the next maybe big film, because it sounds like it has some pretty good music. I saw the trailer. That's actually a pretty good song. I like this. Napoleon, maybe does some, because listen, here's the reality too. Some of these films that we're like discounting, I'm saying like Next Goal Wins or Holdovers, or let's go to Killers of the Flower Moon will do well. You know why they'll do better? Because there's nothing out. People want to go to the movies now. Look, we just set records. Barbie just beat Super Mario. People want to go to the movies, and you're serving them lima bean casserole for the next 3 months. No one wants to go see this shit. If I didn't have A-list, I wouldn't go. Wonka, the 15th of December. So 4 months from now, we get another possibly big film in Wonka. And then Aquaman, DC's in disarray, so we can't say that's going to be huge. Maestro, Netflix, screw you for not having theatrical. We don't even want to talk about that. Migration, that's Christmas. My God, we're 4 months from now. There's nothing. Ferrari's going to be cool. I can't wait to see it. Color Purple, re-envisioning. I mean, I'm excited. Boys in the Boat, another awards film. But guys, show me the big movie. Show it to me. Dune was set to be the biggest movie of the holiday season. Well, certainly from October, November, it would have played for at least 6 weeks, minimum, right? It would have had an Oppenheimer-like run. I think it's very fair to say that Dune 2, given what we'd expect from Villeneuve, we would get a $700 million worldwide film. So I would say this thing would perform very much like Oppenheimer. Maybe a little under. We know the first one was dented by HBO Max, by COVID fear. This time around, it wouldn't have been the case. Even if they try to bring the COVID fear back, people are like, go F yourself. We've moved on. Stop telling us about BA 2.86, a GPA of an average college student. That's a terrible name. If you're going to scare people, call it the death variant. Like, do I need to do marketing for these people? Call it the sudden death variant. Oh, no. Watch out. Weber's treading on some dangerous ground here. So, yeah, I mean, Eric, it's a problem. Theater owners are my main concern. Oscars are secondary. I mean, obviously, and I want to see the film. Don't you want to see Dune 2? Dune 1 was my number one film of 2021. Number one on the draft board. So, this is, we talk so often, guys, about this being like the NFL draft for me. Okay, when I talk about a film, I am evaluating it as a prospect across all of the areas. In the draft, if you're talking about a quarterback, you're talking about arm, mobility, IQ, all those things you throw together and you go, here, this is the composite of the player we're looking for. When I do a film and I look at a film, I'm going, okay, we have the acting, we have the direction, we have the screenplay, we have the tech. Is all that there? And where is it on the level? Okay. And when we talk about bottoms, my God, the screenplay might be the worst of the year. It's right there with Beau is Afraid. But when you look at this, you're taking the number 1 or 2 draft pick off the board, right? So we are taking the top quarterback of the 2024 draft, and we are saying he's out. He's going back to school. That's exactly what just happened here. Nobody here on YouTube just did what I did that does movies because they're all nerds. They don't know how to talk sports and movies because they don't have lives. They literally sit around and all they do is watch movies. We don't do that. We do lots of other things. On the weekend, I'm down the beach playing beach volleyball at a damn good level. I'm going to put some video. You guys are like, that guy could ball out. We go to the gym. I don't just do movies. Those people just do movies. They're nerds, and they don't know how to do what I just did. When I said the top draft pick just said he's going back to LSU. That's what happened here today. DUNE went back to USC. We'll make it about Hollywood. Sorry, guys. I wanted to go SEC on you. Give me a thumbs up for that. Seriously, guys, thumbs up. Nobody. Can you imagine Chris Stuckman even trying this stream? It would be a train wreck. Grace Randolph, fail. Any of these people, my haters, you all would suck. That's why I like just absolutely needling you. It's so much fun because it's easy. You make it easy. All right, here's what we can do. If you guys don't know, DUNE gets pushed, but Marvel stays. Well, listen, Disney just wants that film out of there. Disney's like, I don't even want to talk about Marvels. We just want it off of our ledger. We talked about these films. I said I would do that if I was Warner Brothers. I would take Aquaman and put it out next week. Flash release. Aquaman's available for you because just get it off the books. DC's in trouble right now. Maybe people go see Aquaman now. Just let it go. People want to see a movie. Just do it. Just do it. Here's one solution. How about you bring Tenet back to theaters? Did you guys see my tweet from the other day? It blew up. Shockingly, it blew up because I have so many film Twitter losers that do not like me. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry you guys don't like me. I'll try better. I'll try harder to make you guys like me. I'll be a nicer person to you dweebs, okay? I'll try. I can't promise it, but I'll try to not make fun of the fact that you guys are Jabba the Hutt-looking MFers. Oh, wait, I said I wouldn't do that. My bad. All right, here we go. There we go, guys. Listen to the tweet. Hey, guys, I have a wicked idea. This is before we knew about DUNE. With the massive success of Oppenheimer, right? Nolan on fire. Who'd be down for WB giving us Tenet in IMAX for 1 week, sometimes in the next couple of months, like October? Many never got a chance to see it in theaters, right? Because it was during the COVID fear. I had to drive to Vegas to watch it the first time. I had to drive to Orange County to see it the second time because LA was too dangerous. If you go to the movies, you're going to kill everybody. Everybody you know is going to die. If you go to the movies, you will kill grandma and maybe granddad and very likely other members of the community that you interact with. Remember that shit, everybody? Wasn't that fun? Didn't you enjoy that? When you didn't have a mask on and someone shamed you on social media. Look at this arrogant asshole who doesn't have a mask on. I am finding my value in life by being a hall monitor and telling on you. If that happens again, let's flip it on those losers and rip on them. How about we do that? This time around, if we do the masks again, and you all decide, you know what? You want to wear one, you can. You don't, I'm fine with that too. As soon as someone says, look at this guy or girl not wearing a mask, we flip the camera and go, look at this ass hat pointing out that I'm not wearing a mask. How about this? Let's do this, big boy. Stay in your fucking lane. How about you do that? How about you stay in your lane and go back to your menial existence, literally, that no one even notices you until you started pointing out that people don't have masks on. Yeah, I'm on fire tonight. I'm not doing this shit again. And I hope you guys are with me on this. I'm not saying not wear a mask. Go for it. You want to do it, go for it. I'm telling you, don't tell other people to do that. That is their choice. I'm about choice. People do not have to be told how to do shit short of driving 700 miles an hour on the freeway. That we can't have. Running red lights, we can't have. Robbing stores, well, here in LA, that's okay. But everywhere else, we can't have. Oh, Weber just went off. There, now the haters are really coming for me, aren't they? Nah, whatever. Screw them. Like I care. You guys are insignificant. You really are. Just know that. Not you guys. You guys are amazing. All right, so listen, how about this? Why didn't Warner Brothers just say, hey, let's just put Tenet in for DUNE. Like, swap it. Quarterback 2 for quarterback 1. Draft pick 2 for draft pick 1. That's it. Just swap it. Just take at least do a week. Like, why? So Zaslav makes how much? How much does Zaslav make? Does he make like $200 million a year, right? Did someone say he gets paid $200 million? He gets paid $200 million. I'm here on a YouTube stream, literally a bike ride away from where that dude's office is here in LA, here in Burbank. And I don't get paid $200 million. And I could have made a better decision as to put Tenet back in theaters for a week. As soon as I announced DUNE was out, I'd say, we're moving DUNE, but guess what we're doing, everybody? The good news is we're going to bring Tenet back because we love Nolan. I don't care what happened with Nolan. I don't give a shit what happened in the past. This is a business, and you want to make money, and you want to make him happy again, put Tenet in theaters. Nolan would be stoked. He'd go see it. You'd get great PR. Why am I on a YouTube channel telling these studio heads how to do things to make money? I'm tired of this shit. I'm right 99.9% of the time, and you guys know it, and I'm dead right about this. This is a good idea. But yet that asshat gets paid $200 million a year to make no decision like this. Unbelievable. Producer Nate, we got anything? Give me a comment. I need a second to chill. I need to, because I'm going to go hard on bottoms. That didn't come out right. I'm going to go hard on bottoms in a minute. Okay, guys, get ready. Erick, again, this year, the 20th anniversary of Return of the King. How about Warner Brothers released the extended edition of the Lord of the Rings trilogy for Christmas? They don't have the imagination, Erick. They don't have the imagination to do these things like Tenet. It's such an obvious play. Why am I coming up with this shit and tweeting it? By the way, I want to go on record saying I sent emails to very prominent Warner Brothers people with this idea. So they can't plead ignorance or they didn't know. I sent them the idea of putting Tenet back in theaters, and yes, they received it. I know it's there. They saw it. So I can only do so much, guys. Until you hire me and pay me, okay, I'll take $150 million. That's fine. $150 million. These things I'm handing to you on a platter. Yeah, it would be good, Julian. I would be good on the draft, but I would all of a sudden start talking about movies. They'd be like, "What? This? We can't do that. We're talking about sports. We're talking about sports. We're not talking about movies. We're talking about sports." I agree with you. Disney's Wish looks like the next big event movie, right? Exactly. I mean, Lonely Lizard, good to see you again. That's the next big movie. We just did the Lookout. Right? Woo! Get the binoculars, and there's nothing coming. Okay, guys, you guys ready? Oh, shit. No, wait. I'm going to do one more positive thing before I just go nuclear. You guys ready? Barbie now has the top domestic total of 2023. It just beat Super Mario today. Let me pull up the latest all-time box office numbers, and you will see it now in 14th place. Here in the it's actually, this is domestic. So 14th place all time. Incredibles 2 is up next at 608. Last Jedi 620. Avengers 623. Barbie is not. Here's the question: is Barbie going to be able to get to Maverick? Maverick's at 718. Guys, look. I mean, Barbie has killed it at 575, 1.3 billion worldwide, but Maverick at 718. Barbie's not going to get there. I told you it wouldn't. Now, it's still going to be in the 600 somewhere, and they're doing the whole week of IMAX again. Smart, Warner Brothers. At least they got one thing right. They can't put Tenet back in theaters because that's too obvious. We'll put Barbie back in. We can't be creative and think of ways to, I don't know, put Tenet in theaters when it never really was for the major cities, New York and LA. It would sell out. Tenet, if you put it in IMAX every night at 7 o'clock, let's just make it one showing a night for a week. Or remember how they did E.T. in IMAX? They did Godfather in Dolby, Jaws, just all over the place. I think it was IMAX and also some others, regulars. Why not put IMAX back out in IMAX? Why not put Tenet back out in IMAX for one showing a night? It would sell out. You guys know I'm right. It would totally sell out. Okay, so there it is. Can it get to Maverick? I don't think it can. You guys ready? Here we go, everybody. Get ready for me to lose my mind. You guys are saying, well, what's new? MMT he's going to lose his mind. Well, yeah. Can I say, before we get into the evaluation, I don't enjoy sitting through abysmal films. I don't relish the opportunity to come on here on MMT and savage a film. I mean, it's more interesting, I guess, than something that's just meh. But I'd rather step in front of the mic and tell you that a film is awesome, that it's hilarious, that is wickedly entertaining. So when I went to see Bottoms suitably at the AMC 6, which is a basement theater. It's a theater that is literally a bunker. You go down the escalator to 6 screens at the AMC 6. So I went to go see it, and I've heard it's great. Oh my God, Bottoms is like 99% Rotten Tomatoes. It's hilarious. It's so great. Didn't even watch the trailer. Didn't know what it was about. I knew just the spec that it was about 2 young lesbians in high school and them trying to get together with the popular girls. I knew that, but that's it. Okay. I like the idea. I liked, if you talk about a movie recently that is set in high school, that has just a lot of energy and pep and laughs and smart and just overall really well directed too, it's Olivia Wilde's Booksmart. That is a fun film. Bottoms is not. It is one of the worst films of the year because it is deeply unfunny and really mean-spirited. When your comedy is derived from violence, like this film. Now, granted, there's horror films that have done this, right? We know that. There certainly are goof horror films that have the humor element to it. This is not that. Let me give you the story. Couple lesbian girls who are not popular want to get together with the popular girls, so they start a fight club. Yes, you heard me. And yes, the line is, I like David Fincher. And I go, oh, as one of the girls walks into the club, I go, oh, you didn't. That is the level of humor of Bottoms. I don't think I laughed one time, and every joke is either tied to violence or tied to the hatred of men. Now, for those of you who didn't like Barbie and you thought that was about the patriarchy and how men suck, wait till you see Bottoms. But one of the big issues with the film is that it is trying so hard to be humorous. And instead of just letting it flow, it's trying to be quirky and weird and make you laugh. And guess what happens? None of the above. The jokes are unwitty. It is mean-spirited. And it is really an unpleasant film to sit through. I have not had the displeasure of sitting through a film that's a comedy like this in many a year. I have to go back and I got to think about the last comedy that made me want to punch somebody in the film, like the characters are punching each other. One of the hilarious parts is when the girls from the Fight Club have to fight this big hulking dude, and then he kicks her in the face and she's bloodied. That's so funny. A woman getting kicked in the face. That's amazingly hilarious. Who wrote this? If I were a buyer at Sundance and they showed me Bottoms, I would actually bid on the film. and I would not tell anybody involved what the plan was. But when I won, I would Batgirl this shit so fast, it would never see the light of day. Bottoms would be dead. Yes, I bought your movie, and it's now going to be stuck in vaults so that nobody be subjected to the torture that is the incredibly unpleasant and unfunny Bottoms. And I'm going to tie this into one other thing because I'm just going to go off. Bodies, bodies, bodies. Remember that? Talk about there's an unfunny horror film, although is not even a horror film. And now we have this. Between the two, they are in part written by and or directed by millennials. And can I say that if this is the future of cinema, we are fucked. Because millennials are going to destroy whatever hope you had for movies going forward. 5% for Bottoms. Not 0, like Bo is afraid. I'll give it 5%. The direction is decent. I like the look of the film. And Marshawn Lynch is in it. He's mildly humorous. And actually, you know what's weird? Cindy Crawford's daughter's in it, and she's not bad. I was like, Nepo baby. And then you watch her, she's like, she's not that bad of an actress. So that was shocking. There's two things. Marshawn Lynch did a decent job, not the jokes, but he was okay as an actor. And Cindy Crawford's daughter is okay. It's time for the Whack Film Review Spotlight. This is where I'm going to go nuclear. You guys ready? This is why you guys cannot trust critics. You can't. You can't trust them. I mean this. You guys understand. I need you guys to understand something. This industry is full of people who are afraid to say what realities are. They are fearful of not conforming to what everybody says about a film for fear that you just said Bottoms was bad because it's about a gay couple. No. Bottoms is terrible because it's deeply unfunny and incredibly mean-spirited and unpleasant as a film. Has nothing, 0% to do with the fact that the leads play lesbians. And I mean this 0%. It's not unfunny because of the lesbian jokes. It's unfunny because the humor is unwitty, it's unclever, and it is fail. Everything about this film is a total fail. It reminds me of a movie that I saw back in 2011. Whit Stillman. I know you guys don't even know who that is, as I say that, right? You're like, who the hell is Whit Stillman? He makes strange films, okay? Just trust me on this. He's an indie director. You need to go watch Damsels in Distress. For those of you who are like, well, Weber doesn't know what he's talking about. Now I'm going to break some shit on your ass right now. I don't know that during Bottoms is not the right thing to say. Nobody just brought up Damsels in Distress and connected it to Bottoms because they're very similar films. The problem with both films, although Damsels in Distress is certainly a better film, is that they're both set in this hyper-real world that is not grounded. And that was another huge mistake about the film. That's another reason why this film sucks. It's the world that it inhabits is so bullshitty that you just go, what am I watching? In the middle of the film, you have the director saying, let's play Bonnie Tyler's Eclipse of the Heart and then set a Firebird on fire. It's one of the worst screenplays I've ever seen in my life. This is an embarrassment to cinema, and even more of an embarrassment to those of you who thought this was good. 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. Are you listen, I'm done. I am done with this shit. With these critics that speak, they don't speak for you. They speak for the right thing to say. It's the right thing to say Bottoms is great. It's not. It's an instant high school comedy classic Rotten Tomatoes, I'm glad I'm not on your tomato meter. That's an embarrassment. I would resign from Rotten Tomatoes. I do have reviews on there from the past. I don't want to bother with this shit. I don't want to be part of any group that thinks this is a 99% fresh film. This is one of the worst films of the year for all the reasons I just told you. And let's make sure something is straight. No film is good because of LGBTQ. No film is good because of that. It is just something. It is not why a film is good. It will never be why a film is good or bad. It is an element, period. It is not about that is why it's good. That's the problem we have. Too many critics go, well, it's LGBTQ, excuse me. Pardon me. And therefore it's good. No. We're not doing that shit anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. And when you watch the film, you're going to go, oh my God. You're going to lose faith in all of these. Kaya Gerber is the daughter. She's decent. And you know what? I'm going to do two things. I'm going to say it quickly. I like Ayo Edebiri. She was also in Theater Camp. She's very good. Rachel Sennett. Okay, I've seen her only in two films. I didn't watch Shiva Baby. So I need to see that. I know that was from the same director, so now I don't think I want to see Shiva Baby. I saw Bodies. She plays the annoying, whining asshole girl. That's both times. And she has a little bit of charm to her. She reminds me of Greta Gerwig in a way. She has a similar look. I don't think she's very likable in these characters. I know that's part of the deal, but that's also an issue for your film. You know, Ayo is likable. In Theater Camp, in here she is, but Rachel is not inherently likable as the character, even if she is kind of an asshat, right? But you see, here's the thing. So when you are an actor, like, great example, go back to Shortcomings, right? A film that I love from this year. That film is about a majorly flawed protagonist, but the actor who plays, I don't have it in front of me right here, he's very good at least making you feel some empathy towards him. Here, you just go, this is an entitled brat. And that comes down to the actor. And you just have to play with the calibration and the knobs and up and down. This film's terrible. And at 99%, I got to tell you, this is an embarrassment to everybody who thinks this is great. And this is exactly why you guys are inconsequential to most people, because you don't speak for anybody. That goes to you, Film Twitter. You guys don't, you all speak for yourselves. You're a circle jerk of dweebs that talk only to yourself. You don't speak for anybody outside of the dweeb circle that you inhabit. And because of that, you are 0% relatable to anybody who has a semblance of a life. That is what the difference between this channel and those other people. And I don't care. I'll tell them to their face. It's the truth. Most critics suck. I mean, I don't just mean are bad. They aren't talented. They have no ability to do this. And I'm reminded again tonight, looking at this number at 99%, a travesty. And these people are pathetic, and they do not even know what they're talking about. There's nothing except for, I told you, Marshawn Lynch. And I think Oja does a good job. That's it. There's two. And Kaya Gerber's actually okay. Surprisingly, that's it. Everything else, no, this movie's terrible. Just a terrible film. Okay. Just listen, here's what I want you to do. Right now, comment-wise. Joseph, I'm going to do your super chat. Leave it there. And then I want you to come in. Tell me right now, am I wrong about critics? I want you right now to come in. Am I wrong about the vast majority? I might be a little strong on saying 99%, but I'm just going to go there because we're doing a show. The vast majority of critics are useless to you. I mean, truly, they speak only to their circle jerk of dweebs. That's it. That's all they do. They don't speak to anybody else. That's why they hate me. Because I call them that because they know it. They look in the mirror and go, you're right. He's right. That's why I don't like it. People don't like people who talk in truths, right? Someone could come to me and say, that guy's opinionated as hell. Fine. So what? So what? What? Mean. So what? Whatever. It's not my job to be nice. I don't want to. That's not. My job is to just be whatever. I don't have whatever. It is what it is. I'm not. So don't tell me that I have to be nice. I don't care. I didn't, I'm trying not to resort to, I did call them dweebs. I didn't call them fat dweebs. You see the difference? Joseph. Oh, this show is so much fun to do when I just literally lose my mind, which is every time basically. Yeah, I thought they'd be over by now. I called August. Okay, so listen, we have another week. Here's why I'm worried, Joseph, is because if Warner Brothers is moving Dune out because they're still unsure if the strike's over, that means someone at the top at Warner Brothers, Zaslav, somebody under him that knows this shit backwards and forwards, knows that this strike is not going to be over anytime soon. That's the other thing that we learned from Dune 2 today. And these are things you're not getting from any other show, by the way. You can watch the film dweebs, but they're not going to be able to figure this shit out. This means the strike's going on for a while more. It has to, because if there was a deal imminent, then we would not have Dune moving, unless two asterisks to add to that. One, Warner Brothers did want to get out of the way of Flowers, of Oppenheimer, of Barbie. They want to get out of all those out of there, right? Those are three huge films. Can we do better next year? Also, remember this. I tweeted it out, and I'm just bringing it up now because I forgot to put it in the rundown. The Batman did very well in March. Remember, that was during COVID. We got the Batman. That was the first show we ever did here on MMT. We got the Batman in March, and it made $700 million worldwide when we still had a lot of theaters that were like, safe to go to the movies. So Warner Brothers is probably saying, hey, we can do some damage in March. So from a box office perspective, the move makes sense. Gone Girl, you're right about critics. Can't say about your opinion on Bottoms. I've seen. Okay, that's fine. But that's fine. And you can listen. We can even disagree on Bottoms. I just think the bigger point, Max, listen. No, Elvis is definitely not the worst film of the year. That's Max. Listen, I appreciate you watching the show. I'm going to be honest with you, but Elvis, from a directorial standpoint, from an assembly, from a calibration standpoint, is a work of art. And you throw in Austin Butler's performance, it's by no means the worst film. Are you kidding me? It's one of the best films, one of the best direction efforts of the year. Baz Luhrmann runs circles around most directors from the way his films look, breathe, and move. There's no other way to put it. Tom Hanks is terrible, but Warner Brothers knew that. It's why he wasn't at any of the awards party. They had about 1 million awards parties for Elvis last year. He wasn't at one. So Warner Brothers knew he was bad. Tom Hanks knew he was bad, but it doesn't ruin the film. He's terrible. He's not good in the film, but it still manages to be good. In spite of that speaks to how strong the film is. So Max, no, you're 100%. I'm sorry. There's no, I can't even debate that. Elvis is definitely not a bad film. No way, no chance. Bottoms is terrible film. Look at the best critics. Richard Brody always goes for own esoteric takes, no matter if they fall outside the mass appeal. That's kind of, John. That's really where it's at. I think, John, you nail it. The problem is there's not a lot of Richard Brody's anymore. There's not a lot of me, for sure. There's a lot of, I want to be part of the group, and they go and they look on Bottoms as 99%, right? Well, Bottoms is 99%, therefore I've got to say it's good, because if I don't, who's the one person who said it's rotten? Can we find that one person? Because we're going to praise them right now. We're going to give them an award here tonight. Who was the one person with the balls to say Bottoms was not good? Oh, it's a woman. Lavia from the Hollywood Reporter. Bottoms is mostly air, and the weightlessness leaves us grasping for more from its characters and their story. It's so much more than that, Lavia. It's like I said, it's unfunny, unpleasant, mean-spirited, and embarrassingly unrealistic. The characters, everything about it feels like I'm watching a screenplay rather than an actual movie. And yeah, I get comedies, but it's not even good it's terrible for comedy. Yeah, that's what we're looking for, man. We're looking for critics with balls. I will continue doing the show at this point the way I do it, and the way I handle all these situations. A lot of critics won't do it because they're afraid of getting canceled from lists and stuff. I don't give a shit anymore. I'll just go see them when they come out. I saw Bottoms today. Came out. I went to go see it at AMC. I don't need to be invited to screenings. I don't need to be invited to awards parties. I don't care. The most overrated film of the year is Past Lives. End of discussion. I mean, it's not even close. Bottoms is not going to end up the, beloved film at the end of the year that Past Lives is. Past Lives is nowhere near as terrible. Give me a break. Past Lives is an adequate film. It's not a great film by any means, but it will be the most overrated film of this year, without a question. Past Lives. So that's 2 in a row, by the way, 2 A24 films in a row that have been overrated as the number one overrated film of the year. Last year, Everything Everywhere, and this year, Past Lives. You're instantly going to say, "Oh no, he hates all films with Asians." Oh right, wait a second, hold on. Let's just stop the train because I'm about ready to like roll through the camera and get violent. Listen to me. What did I just recommend weeks ago? Shortcomings. Bang. What? Parasite. Return to Seoul. Shoplifters. I'm just talking recently. Decision to Leave. All Asian cast. Are you kidding me? So don't dare come in here. Past Lives, Everything Everywhere, two most overrated films of the year. The fact that they are Asian cast or Asian leads does not, it means nothing. They're overrated, period. I'm not going to do this shit. I'm right. Because they come after me. Oh, he hates all movies with Asians. Oh, I just raved about Shortcomings. Decision to Leave. I just saw Old Boy. Wow, what a disturbing film. We talked about that. For those of you, second time through, you forget how disturbing that film is. You go back, you look at Shoplifters, obviously Parasite, Return to Seoul, on and on. Come on, guys, give me a break. Farewell. Minari, give me a break. I like all those films. I just have to say that because someone's going to come in and say that shit because that's what they do because they're so pathetic and weak. They go, well, he hates the movie because he hates lesbians. What? No, that first of all, the last I checked, the lead of After Sun's a lesbian. The lead of Tar is a lesbian. And guess what? Everybody, they were my top two films of the year. Oh, heads exploding everywhere. Wait a second. He's right. He did like Tar and After Sun, and they're both lesbians. Wait a second. We can't say he hates all. Yeah, that's why they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They literally don't know how to attack because there's nowhere to go. The only way to go is he's an asshole. That's fine. So what? I don't give a shit. Why do I care if you call me an asshole? I didn't do anything. I'm like, okay, am I the asshole who brought a dog to the movie theater today? That asshole? Let me tell you the story. So I walk into Bottoms and there's a guy in his chair who looked like he just got out of bed. Yes, I like anime, Kyle. I love anime. You know what's one of my favorite movies of the past 5 years? Belle. Belle is, for my money, an animated masterpiece. I love the songs in that film. Unbelievable. Return to Seoul is a much better film than Everything Everywhere. Not even close. That's the thing. You know why? Because we talk about films that get hype. Return to Seoul didn't have any hype. It was a Sony Pictures classic movie. It wasn't A24. It's not cool. I don't give a shit what the label is. Who cares what studio it came from? Is the movie good? Who cares if the movie is lesbians? Is it good? Tar was, After Sun was, Bottom sucks ass. That's probably the wrong thing to say when I'm talking about a movie like that. But actually it works. That would be my quote for the poster. Bottoms sucks ass. Oh my God. No, so listen. Listen. No, Goober wasn't. Let me tell you the story of the dog. I walk in, and the guy he looks disheveled. I've seen him at the movies before. I think he might live in his car. And I'm not even trying. I'm just going to tell you, he looks like he just wandered in off the street. He's got the little dog with him. The dog's not a senile dog. The dog is not a service animal. The dog has normal tags, doesn't have any of that stuff. It's a little, like, tiniest dog you ever saw, like a Chihuahua. I don't think it was one, but, that size. Okay, I'm a cat guy, but I know small. And I looked and I go, what the hell is there a dog doing? And by the way, the dog was in the seat. The dog was in the seat, the leather seat at the Six. He's sitting next to the guy, who I know he didn't buy a ticket. He just put him there. And then, no, listen, it gets better. I turn around and I'm like, I was pissed. And when I get pissed off, I really want to say something. But I said, I'm not going to do anything right now because the movie's going to start. I got there last second. I want to watch Bottoms, and the movie's so bad, so I was even angry. And afterwards, I went to the manager, and I go, why are you letting a dog come in here? Why is there a dog on the chair? Why? Not only that, but listen to this. As I turned around, dude has a cup, right? He's got a cup of water, and he's got it in front of the dog. The dog's licking out of the drink, right? And then he spills the cup on the seat. And I'm like, you, sir, are an asshat. I wanted to go back and grab him like this and literally forcefully remove him from the theater. And yes, I could have. The guy was like, talk about dweeb. But, here's the thing. Why are we letting that guy in there with the dog? Why is that? First of all, why are you bringing a dog? Don't tell me it's your support animal. Don't bring a dog to a movie theater and stick it in a chair. It's so disrespectful to other people. The only thing I can say is the dog didn't bark. But I'm done with. Listen, I know if you're a dog person, you're going to hate what I'm going to say, and I don't even care at this point. Nobody loves your dog as much as you do. I know it's shocking. I know you can't really fathom that, maybe. And I know this is why I don't have that many subscribers. I'm attacking my view. But let me explain something. People think that everybody loves their dogs as much as they do, right? Oh, everybody loves my Fido. I got news for you. They don't. And we don't want to be forced upon your animal. Listen, I don't have a cat, but if I did, I would have a cat. I wouldn't bring my cat to the movie theater. Now, you're going to say, well, you know, cats don't walk on leashes like a dog. I'm just saying, what if I brought my cat to the movie and sat it next to me and it slept? Would that be weird? Would you guys be like, what? So why are we letting the guy with the dog come in and sit down? Like, why are we allowing, in a world like this, allowing someone to bring their dog in and sit in the chair? This is why we need to get a grip on things. We need to stop allowing shit to happen because we might make someone's feelings hurt. Because I can promise you this, you know me, guys, that's the last thing I'm worried about. I'm going to tell you what the truth is. And at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. If you're not happy about the feeling, if you're doing something shitty, like at the gym, if you're doing something terrible at the gym, great story. The other day at the gym, okay, listen to me. Other day at the gym, I'm there. Dude walks off from the Smith machine, which is, you guys, if you've been to the gym, Smith machine's got the bar and you can like kind of rack it. He left like 245s on each side and walked off like it was okay. And I went up and I'm like, dude, I did listen. It's very hard for me not to do this because you're being an asshole, right? So for me to not say like, stop being an asshole, take your weights off, that's very hard for me. So I said, hey man, are you done? You might want to take your weights off. But yet, the guy said, okay, yeah, I did it. But have you ever had this happen where you tell someone that shit and then they get angry at you for calling them out for doing something they shouldn't be doing? Like, how about think about something for a second. Stop being so selfish. Think about what you just did and then don't do it. Don't get angry with me for saying don't bring your dog and put it in the seat and feed it water and spill it all over the seat. I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. You're the fucking bad guy. Oh my God. I tell him I'm right. But here's the thing, Aaliyah, listen. Here's the thing. Listen, I know this is going to be, here's the deal. Dude, listen, here's the deal. I'm tired of hearing people say I need an emotional support. We all need emotional support in the world. The world's not a nice place. You need to learn how to exist in the world without your emotional support animal. That's how you do it, okay? I told you guys years ago now, over 5 years ago, I went through the worst period of my life. I was down at a level you would not even know who I am. You'd be like, who the hell is that guy? I turned it around because I made a decision to turn it around. I didn't need a support animal. If you need a support animal, you need to turn yourself around and make yourself stronger. I'm sorry. I don't care if that's mean. Too bad. You don't need a support animal. What is this shit? I feel like we're living The Simpsons. You guys seen The Simpsons episode where they say you can do whatever you want? The whole town says, I feel like doing whatever I want. And then the whole world goes to hell. That's the world we're living in now. Just do whatever you want. We're not going to shame you. We're not going to, yeah, people try to shame me for having a movie take. I'm shaming a guy for bringing a dog in, sitting in the chair, and spilling water all over it. Listen, in my world, if I ran a business, I'd say you can take those emotional support papers and you can take them back out to your car along with your dog. You're not coming in. That's what we need. We need businesses that say, listen, you're not doing that. Yeah, you know, Ashley, it's a good point. I mean, listen, but I'm not a bully. People say, oh, he's a bully because he said this movie sucks. No, that's different. I'm not a bully. I'm just not a person who likes to see people try to get away with shit and then just say it's okay. You know, if I came across some of these flash mobs that comes in and steals shit, I'm not saying I might just like get in the way or trip one of them. I probably would. Because I feel like we're in a place now, guys. I know we're way off movies now, and I don't care because I feel like that's what we need to do. we're in a place now where we have too many people that are afraid to take a stand. They're too afraid to do something because they're going to get, I don't know. Listen, that's where the world's lost, right? I mean, we're going to end up going down a path we don't want to go because we don't have people that are just saying, stop. Let's not do that. Going back to the masks. Wear a mask. Go for it, man. I don't care. But don't tell everybody else to do it, and don't shame people for not. The dog's a different thing. That's not a mask. We're not talking. Don't conflate the two. Okay, a dog in a chair is not the same as wearing a mask. Okay, this just before anyone even decides to go there. I don't want to do that shit. If you need to bring your dog to the movies, then here's a better idea. You stay at home. That's simple. End of discussion. There's nothing more to discuss at that point. Like, there's nothing more. And the guy's weird. He's kind of creepy. He's weird. I mean, that's fine. I mean, as long as it doesn't bug me, but it's just not making other people comfortable. If I went to the movies and made people, which I did at the end of Beau is Afraid, movie was over. I lost my shit. But I didn't bring a dog in and spill shit all over the seat. Oh my God. I can't. Rampage, welcome to the channel. Let's do it. Past Lives overrated. Still good. Yeah, no, listen, it's fine. I didn't hate it, but it's definitely overrated. It's exactly. Decision to Leave's unbelievable, right? The score, the editing. Ashley, I've got a billion recommendations. But Decision to Leave was the number one most effed film last year. I've dropped too many F-bombs this stream. I gotta clean it up. Sorry, guys. My mom will watch the stream and go, Eric, don't say the F-bomb. She does. I've talked to her and she said that. So I go, okay, I won't do it. I won't say the F-bomb. But she doesn't say don't be mean because she knows it's all for fun. What are we being mean about? A movie? Come on, guys. Listen, this is funny. Did you guys see this? I'm just using a lot of my tweets because they're good. What can I say? Check this out. I was driving over to the gym. Yeah, this is something that people that don't just watch movies do. They go to things called gyms. All right. Oh, I couldn't stop myself. So sorry, everybody. Here's the Exorcist billboard right across the street from Universal. Okay, so look, it's really cool. I actually put the photo in black and white because the billboard's in black and white. So I really wanted to emphasize that it's really cool looking billboard. I mean, I got to give the credit to Universal's publicity department for coming up with this campaign because the trailer is badass. Like when it goes to those flash black and white frames at the end, that's amazing. I was watching and I heard the movie's terrible right from the test screen, but I'm sitting there at Oppenheimer because remember that's when they first showed the trailer. I didn't even know what the movie was, and all of a sudden they started doing that flash with the black and white, like I go, oh shit, that's amazing. It's like the opening of Smile. You guys remember that at the beginning where it goes Smile goes and the words come. Oh my God. It was like that for me with Extras. So this billboard is black and white. But what do you notice about it? What do you notice about that? It says nowhere on there from the director, writer of Halloween series, David Gordon Green. It doesn't, because Universal even knows that those movies suck ass. Oh my God, how bad as Halloween Ends. Don't make me do it again, guys. They know it's terrible. So they're like, hey, here's The Exorcist, and we don't even know who directed it. I thought, because they always do that. Whenever there's a director who's had a successful movie or three, they made money for them. They always put from the director up. Not here. Do you see his name on there anywhere? Nowhere. Kudos. You know your shit, Universal. I got a story to tell you guys. This is a first-time story. You guys ready? This goes right in line with Universal, and this is going to be amazing. You guys are going to love this, and it's going to make me even loftier in your eyes than I already am. I'm sure of that. Listen to this story. You guys know that when I came out of the Fabelmans, I said, what a forgettable at best film. Fabelmans is not good. I mean, it's from a screenplay perspective, absolute train wreck. But I came on the stream, I hammered it. I was one of the only people to say this movie's not good, okay? It might be Spielberg, but it's bad Spielberg. It might be his worst film. So I told you guys all the time, I get direct messages from important people in the industry. Obviously I can't tell you who they are. You got to trust me on this. Just check at some of the people who follow me. You'll see. I get direct messages from people. I got a direct message from an extremely high source who told me that after he saw my Fabelmans review, calling it one of Spielberg's worst films. He said that he had recently, I shouldn't have said he, but whatever, it's a million people. He said that he recently had a conversation with a big-time Universal exec who told him The Fabelmans is crap. And I go, let's go. I was so excited because it tells you that I know what I'm talking about. This is a big-time film executive at Universal who couldn't go on the record saying The Fabelmans was crap, but yet did confirm to my source who talks to these people all the time that it is crap, and I about lost it because I go, thank you. A win for me. Because I was one of the only people who said Fabelmans was not good. It is bad Spielberg, and one of the top Universal execs said as such. I love it. You guys, thumbs up for that right now, because that is true. I don't spit. Let me tell you one other thing about this channel. You guys know you've been watching now for a year and a half now. There's not been one made-up story in the entirety of this channel. I do not make shit up. You guys got to understand, it doesn't happen. If it happened, if I tell you it happened, shit happened. If I tell you a guy had a dog on a chair and he spilled water on it at my screening of The Abysmal Bottoms, it happened. If I told you a guy forgot to take his weights off at the gym and I chided him, it happened. If I told you Universal exec confirmed that Fabelmans is terrible or just at least really not great, then it happened. That's what we do, baby. Give it up. The man, the myth, the legend. My haters are like, fuck that guy. Just become a lover. Don't be a hater. Just join the fan club. We're good, okay? You're going to be happier. It's going to be easier for you. You're not going to be miserable. You're just going to say, he's good. He's right all the time. I don't know what to say. Tonight's kit, Venezia. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. Can I show you guys? It's one of my favorite of all of the football shirts I have, football kits. This is one of my favorites. It's Kappa. You guys see the Kappa symbol there with the two ladies? I love Kappa jerseys. They're amazing. Producer Nate's still here, but I don't know if he still is. Producer Nate, you still here or not? Show me a thing if you are. Are you there? No, he's not. Okay, he's gone. All right, let's do one more thing, and then we'll do a couple comments, and we'll get out of here. I'm going long because I felt like we had a lot to talk about. Again, we're only doing shows on Thursday and Sunday now, so there's a lot more time to just kind of rail on shit and go off on random things. I do want to tell you guys to go see Gran Turismo. It is opening night here tonight, so let's talk about it because we normally do the box office. Let's check ticket sales. This movie's not going to be a huge hit. It's a real shame because go back and watch. I have 2 reaction streams to Gran Turismo, out of theater and then the one here, the evaluation. They're both there for you. I think they're both really good. Honestly, I think especially the evaluation here that night was really strong on the film. For me, I thought it was. Some of these are good, some are bad. I'm not going to get them right every time. I mean, as far as how I want to convey my thoughts, it's live. I don't get on here and write a script out, okay? That's for people like Grace Randolph, who reads from a teleprompter. That's for like every other YouTube reviewer who edits their shit together. They don't do live. And if they do a live review, trust me, they don't even do that. They just don't do a live review because they're going to fuck up. They're not going to say, they're going to make it perfect. I don't do that. It's not what the show would really do. It's messy. It is what it is, man. I don't care. It is what it is. Okay, this is not great. Gran Turismo is, this is Dolby here tonight down the street at Burbank, but it's what you'd expect. I mean, this will be lucky to get to maybe 15 this weekend. Maybe it gets to 20. I mean, I don't know. It's a very good film. I want to mention one thing about this tonight. They're not gonna. Okay, if you guys didn't know, this is what you get from me. You get not just a bunch of ranting and raving of a borderline lunatic at times. It's fine. I admit it. It's all good. You are not going to get all that preview money. Remember how they did all these Gran Turismo screenings like the last few weeks? I talked to Sony. Sony told me they're going to take that money and put it in Friday's number. It's not going to be tonight. So if tonight's number is not that great, remember that they're going to add all that into Friday. I know that's like inside baseball, but I know I have a lot of industry people that watch me, and when I say that shit, they go, now he knows what he's talking about. He literally talked to Sony. They told him what's going on with the money. That's advanced. You guys are watching a show that is part entertainment and part hardcore journalism. It is what it is. And also 100% fearless. I mean, if you ask me, what is MMT? Fearless. Absolutely, 100%. What would it take for Gavin Newsom or Karen Bass to step in and bring an end to the strikes? They can't. I mean, they're not gonna. They can't do that. We don't. Joseph, it's another good super chat. Here's why. It's gonna kind of leave us in a space where I want to be here tonight. I was gonna do MMT Gets Freaky. I'm gonna save that for Sunday. I've got some crazy shit to show you guys. I'm gonna start doing more of MMT Freaky because at the end of the day, the world is spinning out of control. We all know that, right? We can admit that. And I want to be able to talk about those things with you. Not necessarily politics, but just stuff that is revealing itself. And it's like not crazy shit. It's like it's real. It's legit. Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass. Here's what I want. And I'm going to leave it like this for tonight. Here's what I want. I want government to get out of health business. Now, I actually just want government to get the hell out of the way. Here's what I want government to do. I'm not liberal or conservative. I'm not right or left. I am middle, libertarian, whatever you want to call it. Objective, 100%. I do not need the government telling me how to live my life. I need police to make sure that crime's down. I need to make sure that roads are paved, which they're not here. I need the government to basically function to keep society just spinning, okay? I don't need the government to reach in and start manipulating shit. Just stay in your lane, okay? I don't need the government to tell me how to be healthy. I go to the gym and bust my ass. For my age, I'm in like top 1%. No joke. I'm not just saying that. Top 1% of my condition, but easily. And that's because I do the right things. I eat right. I take good supplements. I do things that I don't need the government's involvement. And so what I don't want is I don't want Newsom or Bass to do anything other than just get the roads fixed, make sure the police are out there, and let's stop the flash mob thefts, shoplifting. Can we do that? That's it. Corruption is the biggest problem with the world, Omega Swiper. If you were to ask me what's the biggest issue with the world, it is corruption. It is the love of money. It is the love of power and the love of things that are, let's just say, unsavory. And because of that, we are in the position we're in. If we had more righteous human beings, such as myself, and yes, I am, I know that I come off as completely out of control and very opinionated. But I promise you this. I live my life in the way of doing to others what others would do unto you, right? You always consider, I would never consider bringing my dog to sit at the theater 2 seats down from me. I had to move seats. I didn't even include that in the story because I didn't want to be near the dog and him feeding the dog. I was going to lose my shit. So I had to remove myself from the situation. I think of others. I know that sounds crazy. And yes, I just trashed film critics. That's different. I'm talking about in the real world. You know, stopping and letting someone in the car, not hogging equipment at the gym, just not kicking someone's chair at the movie theater. Good things. It's not that hard. So I try to live that way. Okay. Hopefully you do too. That's where we'll leave it here tonight. I'm exhausted. That was a long, busy show. I know the show's not a normal thing. I know it's weird. I get it. So am I a little bit, but I hope you enjoy it because at the end of the day, what you get here is real. None of this shit is made up. We're not doing Zach Pope shit. We'll do that Sunday. I can't do it tonight. His latest video is I'm not watching a person. I'm watching an AI critic. And I don't want to be resembling that person ever in my life. I want to resemble a real human being. And getting back to our movie, one of the worst of the year, in Bottoms, we are dealing with people that feel incredibly inauthentic, and which makes it perfect for someone like Zach Pope to love. An inauthentic reviewer with an inauthentic film. Wow. That was I said I was trying to be nice, but I can't. I can't do it. I can't. No, I wasn't. It's not. Whatever. You guys know. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. You guys are awesome. Love you all. Even if you're a hater, we love you. And I can't wait to debate more with you on Sunday night. Live from the City of Angels, I bid you farewell. I'll see you in 72 hours or less for Box Office, the breaking show on